awesome viewers, welcome to AC Studio. I have here the latest Joytoy Warhammer Horus Imperial Fist Legion Praetor with the power sword. At first, I was only interested at the Fafnir Rand, and later on I kind of changed my mind and I decided to get the Praetor as well, because this figure, I don't know why, it is on sale. And it is only, cost $10 more than a typical Space Marine. So that is why I got it. And also because the belt piece really attracts me as well. Praetor basically is a rank formerly used in the Space Marine Legions. Praetors were senior Astartes officers, second only to Primarchs. And they were powerful warriors and warlords who held immense authority. They were given the finest war gear available. So when I first got this figure, I did not know that it actually comes with a helmet. So when I look at the box art, I just look at it and go, looks like old man. So no, not really interested in it. And recently, because this figure on sale, I start to really looking in detail whether it's worthwhile to get. And when I look at this picture, it actually comes with a helmet. And I think the helmet looks really cool. So this picture really attracts me. So that is why I say, look, okay, I better get it and see how it goes. Well, anyway, let's open it. Base again, transparent base. All right, next. Unbox it. The first thing I notice is this gun have a pipe that linking to the shoulder and also the upper torso here. So what it means is on the left hand of the Praetor, he will always have to carry this gun. You cannot actually take this away or let's exchange it with something else. So you have to actually carry this gun all the time. So I just put the gun into the hand first. So it is what it is. You cannot do anything about that, right? So if you want to buy this figure, you need to be aware of this, so you cannot actually carry two swords together at the same time. First, take a look at the accessories, then let's have a look at the figure afterwards. Alright, so these are the accessories here. So we have a power sword. The power sword, look at it, it's beautiful, isn't it? You can actually have this hollowed area in the sword, and you can see through, as you can see. Look at that, that's beautiful, isn't it? I've never seen a sword which got a hollow kind of like middle part of it. So this one is very unique compared to other, Warhammer sword that I've seen before. And on handle, we got a very nice sculpting here. Very classic as well, because it is Horus, so everything looks really nice. Metallic red as well. Handle with the hatching or the patterns on it. Doesn't have any black wash, but otherwise the whole sword looks really good. And they also have highlighting silver on the edges, and also kind of a darker gunmetal color at the center of the sword. And also to give you a little sword or dagger, and you're supposed to put it at the back of the figure. So at the back here, so under the cape, so you see there is a sleeve here. So you put it inside here, like that. Yep, like that. Looks really good. It actually comes underneath the cape, so it looks really cool. And then we have, I don't know, a lace gun or what kind of gun it is. I try to look for the name of this gun, but I have no idea what it is. I try to look at the name of this gun, but I couldn't find anything about this. But anyway, that detail is very nice as well. Look at the gun, something different compared to other figures that we have. Look at the details, looks really cool. It doesn't look like an old gun. It looks even more modern compared to the Space Marine gun. So I think this is actually one of the best Warhammer guns I've ever seen. So please let me know what gun this is. That'll be good. Actually, the handle itself got a pipe linking back to the shoulder, and also another pipe here linking all the way to the upper torso here. So you cannot able to take this away. And then you're also given 3 sets of hands. So you got 2 fists on both hands, and then 1 hand holding the sword like this, and then 2 hands on both sides holding the gun as well. But this is pretty much useless, right? Because his left hand will always hold this gun. And for the helmet, I will look at it together with the figure. And for the figure itself, as you can see, the head sculpt is very good. At first when I open it, it doesn't look that good because the color is actually quite plain, so it doesn't really have any wash on the beard, you know, or anything like that. But the sculpting is absolutely amazing. Look at that. That looks really good, isn't it? Like, this is actually one of the best sculpting I've ever seen on the Horus figure. It is much better than the Fafnir Ren. So if you look at the Fafnir Ren figure, that looks more like cartoonish, right? But this one, look at it. It looks really realistic. So I think this is much better. Above the head, you can see there's a crest here, and it has black wash on it, and the sculpting looks really good as well. Look at that. It has multi kind of layers of details on it. It has variation on top of it, and then on this, you know, end bit, it got this very nice dynamic pose of this in action. So it looks really good together like that. So it always looks like this figure is, you know, in motion. All right, let's exchange it with the helmet. So I'll put this off, put that in there, helmet. And as you can see, this helmet looks really good as well. And this is a older version of the Space Marine helmet, and it looks great. Look at the details as well. You know, got this little spiky bit on the head, and look at this decoration piece here. Look at that. That's amazing, isn't it? It looks really nice. Yeah, and metallic, you know, lens as well. Nice. The weathering on it, and multi-layer, you know, crest detail. And so the helmet looks good. The head looks good as well. Alright, and then let's have a look at the top part, the halo part here. Sculpt looks really good as well. This is actually one of the best looking sculpt I've ever seen, you know, in a Joytoy figure. And look at that, you got this, like, you know, natural crack on the skull. Look at that detail, it looks really good. Yeah, I love this. I think Scalawag will love it as well. And also you got this Laurel Rev, looks really good. And look at that detail, you know, it's beautiful, isn't it? So everything comes together really well, and this can be pulled off from the figure as well, from the backpack I mean. And then you see this very nice detail around the neck area, all the decoration, you know, and also even at the back here, look at the detail. Let me pull this off, show you. Look at this detail here. Amazing. Wow, I mean, this figure is full of really nice decoration, very classic decoration. And then also on this part as well, look at the decoration piece here, Look a little bit oriental, actually, a little bit like Japanese armor, actually. Yeah. It looks a bit like, you know, samurai armor, actually. So yeah, I don't know, it looks like it to me. And this is just a print, but it looks good as well. You see the pipes linking the shoulder and the upper torso as well. Looks really nice as well. It's actually quite soft as well, so which is really good. It's not very hard, so it doesn't restrict the movement of the shoulder. And look at the details inside as well here. Look at that, that's beautiful. Look at the upper torso part, very nice. And then look at that, the belt piece. My god, this is actually one of my favorite pieces. Yeah, it looks big. And then you got this very nice leather strap, go all the way to the back as well. And these leather straps, I don't think you can take this off. It looks like it comes with the belt piece together, but of course you can find ways to take it off if you like, but what's the point taking it off anyway? Got a sword sleeve where you can put the sword into this sword sleeve, and then you got this scroll at the back which actually, you know, stick onto this leather strap here. Looks really good, isn't it? And yeah, and also look at this detail in the leather strap, very nice. And then it got this really interesting side armor, the hip armor. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? And it is actually attached to the, not the leather strap, you know, attached to the hip piece here. So it looks really good. And look at the other side as well, it's the same detail. Look at that detail. Wow, very nice. So, and then you got this hanging piece, we've got the skull on it. And then the apron piece as well, with the highlighting, the brown highlighting on the shadow part. And very nice decoration piece here, very nice. And very nicely detailed. This piece is different from Fafnir Rand. This is like a soft plastic piece, but it seems this one is a solid piece. It's not a soft plastic piece. And at the back, the cape, you know, looks really nice as well. This sculpting is quite different from other cape that I've seen in Warhammer40K figures, and it has this nice edging, and also the shadow on the recess part of it. Looks very nice, and the sculpting is dynamic, looks really nice as well. I really like this actually, very nice. This black color as well, and on this and on the backpack definitely looks really good as well. I really like this kind of like exhaust. It looks like one of those, you know, sci-fi jet engine and stuff like that. So it looks really good, and it can rotate. Look at that, beautiful and fun to play with. Look, yeah, look at that, that's really good. So this whole detail looks really good, and it works really well with the cape together. So you can see how Joytoy has improved the detail. So you can see what they did is they make a recess kind of like a channel, so they can actually fit this thing in it, so that it fits this together really well. So the cape won't push the backpack away. So this thing fits really well, it's perfect fit. This cape is actually attached to the shoulder joint. If you pull this off, you can see part of this cape also attached to, actually it doesn't attach to anything, which is good. So let's see if this affects the articulation in the next chapter. And as for the articulation, I don't see any big issues with the articulation. The only concern I have is because this cape is actually attached to the shoulder, so whether it will affect the movement. So let's try it out, right? So if I move it up like that, it doesn't do anything because this cape is so soft, right? So it doesn't have any restriction to the shoulder joint. And look at that, that is good. It doesn't really do anything to it. Look at that. So that is, you know, another amazing thing that Joytoy has done. So if I move it up like that, it doesn't do anything, doesn't affect the shoulder movement as well. Yeah, and even this hand got a pipe, right? So it does not affect the movement as well. So you see, looks really good. Nothing blocking it, no restriction. And for the head, for this helmet, the only restriction is because this is sharp, right? So if you turn, it'll block the side of this, you know, neck piece here. But that's okay, that's not an issue. And I think lastly, because we've got so many armor pieces, right, we want to test out whether it can kick high as well, the legs. And you know what, it can. So that one's a little bit harder, so less than 90 degrees, but that is okay, that's not bad. So yeah, so that sums up, I think, the articulation, because the rest of articulation will be similar to a typical, you know, Space Marine. So you can see Joytoy did a really good job on the articulation. And in terms of painting, I think the painting, as I mentioned before, the head sculpt, if they put a bit of wash on the beard or the face, will be really good. I think that will highlight the details even better. But the rest of it, I have no comments or whatsoever. I think the painting looks very nice. And even for the exchangeable hands, you know, they put the shadowing on the edges as well. And on the figure itself, you can see they put the shadowing on the yellow, so it looks really good as well. And I wish they put a bit of you know, wash on the edges of this, you know, circular part of it, so it looks even better. And this black stuff perhaps is better, as I mentioned before in the previous video on the Space Marine, right? They should put gunmetal highlighting instead of just like grey highlighting, so that it looks even better to me. I actually don't see any brown wash on this spell piece here. I think it would be even better if they put a little bit more there, because this really is the focus of this figure. But otherwise, I don't really have any comments. In the conclusion, I am very happy having this Praetor in my collection. At first, I thought that the Fafnir Ren is a better figure than the Praetor, but eventually after getting this Praetor, I actually realized this figure is as good as the Fafnir Ren. The detail of the figures, you know, for example, the decorations on the armor, very different compared to other Horus figures that I got so far. It is very well finished and painted. You know, articulation is great. The figure looks absolutely amazing. I'm very lucky I got this figure, and I highly recommend to get it, since it is only like $10 more than an average Richard Scott figure. Get it, so I highly recommend it. So what do you think of this figure? Have you got this figure? And if you haven't, are you gonna get it? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In the next video, I'm gonna have the Imperial Feast Chaplain console. So follow my channel if you haven't, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye for now.